Hey there, real quick, before we begin, you're about to watch a live stream, which means you're really kind of behind the scenes here because these lessons are usually watched in the archives, but you're here for the live taping of them. So if we mess up really bad, we're probably going to chop that out, but you're going to get to see all of our bloopers and mistakes. We'll also chop this off, so no one is going to see this part of the lesson but you. And because you're behind the scenes, you're probably going to ignore my instructions when I say, like, pause the video and go practice or whatever. You can if you want. It's just that everyone in the chat room then will be in different places in the video. That's fine. When you want to join us live again, go down to the bottom of the video, click on the live button, and that should take you straight to where we actually are now. So now here comes the part for everybody else. I'm really glad you're with us. The archives are fine, but my favorite is talking to you live. So see you in the chat room. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and as you can tell from the countdown clock here, the lesson is about to begin. If this is your first time playing piano, welcome. I'm very excited for you. You're going to do great. Hopefully you already received from us the welcome packet in the mail, and maybe you even got started on the Absolute Beginners video pack to teach you the names of the notes and things like that. But if not, that's fine. You'll do great. I'll show you how to play all the notes. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. You can always pause the video or rewind it and go over the more difficult parts. And even if you only learn a little bit of this song and you don't learn the whole thing, you'll still learn enough to help you build skills so you can learn other songs faster in the future. So jump in, give it a try. You're bound to end up at least a little bit better than you even are right now. Throughout the lesson, I may refer to Clopple Academy, and you can check out that link on the website if you want. Basically, it's a program that takes you all the way from learning the names of the notes, the very beginning, through 12 levels of classical and jazz music, through all the skills that you would need to become a professional pianist. So you would learn all the same stuff that you would learn if you're taking regular traditional piano lessons, probably plus a little bit more, but it takes about 5 to 10 years to complete. So you can just try out the first level, see if it's the kind of thing that you like, or if you just care about today's lesson and learning this song, then just ignore all those references and focus on today's lesson. If you're watching this at LearnPianoLive.com, there should be a PDF and an MP3 button right next to this video. The MP3 is a play-along track that you can use to practice more after the lesson, but a lot of students like to print out the PDF right now so they have it during the lesson. Careful, it could be up to like 30 pages, so just find the couple pages that you want and print those out. If you decide not to, that's fine. I'll show you all of the notes on screen as we go through it. And we will be going through 5 different levels of this song that all use the same play-along track. So even if you've never played piano before, you'll still be able to do level 1. And then as we go through level 2, 3, 4, and 5, then when we use that same play-along track, you just keep playing your same version. If you're watching this lesson in the archives and you have a question during the lesson, then feel free to click on that survey button. And at the end of the survey, there's a place for you to ask your question, and I will do my best to get back to you with the answer to that question. But if you're with us live as we're recording this today, then feel free to click on that chat button, and you can talk with all the other students who are logged in during the live lesson. And if you have a question about the lesson, then you can just go ahead and type that into the box that says, Ask Jamin a Question, and we will do our best to answer that question live in the lesson. All right, I think that's the end of the boring stuff. I'm ready to learn a song. Stay tuned at the end of the lesson and I'll show you how to win more points and earn more prizes next week. But for right now, let's get this party started. Welcome back to KidsLearnPianoLive.com. My name is Jamin, and this is the incomparable Kendra.
Guess what? I started recording vocals for a new song like a few days ago.
That you wrote?
That I wrote, yes.
Because you're cool like that.
Oh, thank you.
Wow. All right.
And it'll be like the third in this set of songs that I'm doing. So.
Oh, and they're all based on books, of course.
Of course.
Of course.
Of course they are.
Well,
yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
That's really cool.
I'm excited.
She will chat with you in the chat room, and Clopple, of course, is here, and he wants us. Hey, buddy. I'm glad you're here.
You're adorable. He wants us to move on with things. So let me play this song for you first at full speed so you can see what it's going to sound like when you finally practice this thing for, a week or two, depending on how many songs you've done in the past. It would sound something like this. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, 3, 4. Wife. Those are all of the notes and all the rhythms. So we're gonna go back up to level 1 and let me show you note by note how to play every one of these. The very first note that you're gonna need for the first part of Peter is gonna be an E. So in order to find an E, all you gotta do is take any group of 2 black notes, like those ones, or like those ones, or like those ones. Just don't pick a group of 3 and you'll be safe. Any group of 2 black notes, you're gonna take the note that's on the right and you're gonna drag it slightly more to the right and it will land on a white note, and that white note is an E. So we're gonna play 2 of those, and as always, we're going to say the words out loud. Peter. Try that on your own. Peter. And then go down 1 note and play the exact same thing and say the exact same thing, because the next 2 notes we need are 2 Ds in a row. Peter. So back to back, that would be Peter, Peter. And then we're gonna go down 1 note and only play 1 of them. So that's pump, and then kin is down 1 note from there. So all those notes again are Peter, Peter, pumpkin. And then we're just gonna come right back to the note that we were on just a second ago. So we were on the C, we went down to a B, and then we're gonna come back up to that same C for eat. Unfortunately, the next one is a long way away. So after we get to the eat, in order to get to we're gonna have to go skip over 2 notes. We're gonna skip over this one and this one, which are called A and B. And we're gonna skip down to this note right here, which is called a G, because in the musical alphabet, it goes A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So it repeats over after the G. So we need to go from a C, you can see here, we're gonna go down to a G. So we're gonna go down to a G for And that's the whole first line. And if we try that along with the track, go ahead and try this with me. If you're in the archives, make sure you pause the video and practice up this first line so you'll be ready for it. But if you're with us live, then just play all the notes that you can and don't worry about the ones that you miss. All right, here we go. 1 and a 2 and a 1, 2, nice and slow. 3, go. Peter, Peter, pumpkin, eater. Okay, cool. So that leaves us on this G right here at the end of that line. And of course, if you missed a bunch of notes there, that's fine. Go ahead and move on with us if you're live with us. And if you're in the archives, you might want to rewind and try that again. But we can move on here. 1 note up from here would be an A, just like we talked about before. And we're going to play straight up all the way up to this E, except there's no D in there. So we're going to play A, B, C, not D, but up to E. So A, B, C, E. And we're gonna say out loud the words had a wife and then that D that we skipped over, we're finally gonna play that one. And actually we're gonna play it twice. We're gonna play a D, go down to a C, and then come right back up to a D. So we're gonna play the D, down to a C, and come back up to the D. Then that G that we had before, we're gonna go all the way back down to that one again. So that G shows up at the end of each of these lines here. There's a really low note down here. So you might even wanna just hang on to that one with your left hand so you're ready for that G, and then we can play all the rest of the notes with our right hand, but that left hand will take care of that G, because every time we gotta jump down to it, that's a little bit confusing. Then this next one is, we're gonna play a C and then a G, but careful, because this G, as you can see, we're gonna go from C up and up and up and up to a G. So don't go down to this G that's down here. We're gonna go from here all the way up to this G here. We're skipping over 3 notes. So we're gonna go he, put. So C up to G. There's 2 different G's in this song. The low ones that are here on the first 2 lines, and then the high one that only shows up on the 3rd line. Actually, later on, you're gonna be running into that low G also. So we're gonna play that G right there, and then later on we're gonna play that low G. So that's put, and then F, E, D. We're just going straight down from G, down 4 notes. We're going to turn around real quick, play an E before we go on down to the C. So it's like we're going from a G down to a C. We just have this little turnaround on this D right there. So we're going to go D, E, D. So we're G, F, E, D, turn around, and then go all the way down to C. We're going to go back down to that same low G that we had before, and now we're finally on the last line. Don't worry, we're going to practice this a whole lot with the track later on. Up to the A, and then skip over to the C. So right here we got to skip. There's no B in here, so we're skipping over B, and then we're going to go actually down to that B, and this time skip over the C. So there's no C in there. So C, D, and then the last thing is the C, B, C. And I think we played a C, B, C all the way up here at the beginning. So you've already played those 3 notes there that we have at the end. It's both pumpkin eat and also very well. Same exact notes there. So this will take a lot of practice. You probably won't get all of the notes right now, but go ahead and try and get all the ones that you can. If you're in the archives, all right, Clapple. This will be our last time through on level 1, but we'll practice a lot more on level 2 and stuff. But all right, here we go. Get all the notes that you can. Don't worry about the ones that you missed. Let's go. Get ready on that G down there and this E up here. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Ready, go. Peter, Peter, pumpkin eater, had a wife and couldn't keep her. And then we got a nice long pause here. He put her in a pumpkin shell, and there he kept her very well. So that's all of the notes and the right rhythm to play along with the track, so you should be able to get all of that eventually after you practice it. But if it takes you a week or 2 or 3, that's perfectly fine, especially if this is your first song. It's kind of a tricky song for the first song, so don't worry about it. Give yourself time. But this is the Music Lessons in a Box featured song of the month, which means it's time to celebrate some birthdays. All right, happy birthday to all of you. And we have been getting some great video submissions from some of you. Savannah A wants to show you this song. I think you'll recognize it. Way to go. Keep sending us those videos. And Kendra, tell us about our weekly activity.
This week is the Origami Piano, and you can just fold up the piano and tag Learn Piano Live when you post a picture on Facebook or Instagram for 150 bonus points from our mascot penguin Clapple.
I don't think that's our weekly activity, Kendra. I think this week it's Mandyland. But anyway, if you've got the email, then you already have the link for the download, and you're already playing Mandyland, most likely. So that's all right. And let's play a game now called Deck the Old Man. So here's how we play Deck the Old Man. I'm going to play you 2 notes, and you're going to try to figure out which song I'm playing. Am I playing Deck the Halls, or am I playing This Old Man? Deck the Halls sounds like this. And This Old Man sounds like this. But I'm only gonna play you 2 notes, so you're gonna try to beat Kendra at this game because she's gonna be guessing right along with you. So I'm gonna play you 2 notes like this. And you have to decide, is that the beginning of This Old Man or Deck the Halls? By the way, if you're in Clopple Academy level 3 or higher, I think, then you're already doing this stuff, this ear training stuff. The Deck the Halls is called a major second, and This Old Man is called a minor third. So we're trying to tell the difference between a major second and a minor third. But anyway, we're just going to call it Deck the Halls or This Old Man. Here we go. Here's your first one. I'm going to play it way up high so no one can see what I'm doing. You got to try to get more right than Kendra. That's going to be really tough. But what about this one? Oh, right there. Man, does that sound like the beginning of Deck the Halls or This Old Man? And Kendra, what do you think?
Is it This Old Man?
It is This Old Man. Yes. Yeah, very nice. Okay, cool. Hopefully you got that one at home. If not, that's all right, because you have this one right here. What's this one? Man, is that Deck the Halls or This Old Man? One more time. What do you think, Kendra? Major second or minor third? Is this Deck the Halls or?
It's so hard to tell because in my brain, Deck the Halls has like a pause, like Deck the Halls.
Oh.
So it's so hard to tell. So
Yeah,
I think
right.
it is Deck the Halls, but
Is. Oops.
I just remembered something.
Yes.
Okay, so I could have said this earlier, I'm realizing, but I just realized that Peter Peter Pumpkin Eater is the first song on piano I ever learned.
Are you kidding me?
My mom taught it to me when I was itty bitty.
This version?
No, a
Oh, okay.
different version, but same song.
Wow,
So.
that's really
Yeah.
cool.
It was
Nice.
so fun.
One more.
Okay.
Okay. What about this one right here? Deck the Halls or This Old Man? This might be your chance to beat Kendra. All right, Kendra, what do you think?
That's so hard. I think it's Deck the Halls? Okay.
It was indeed. So that is major seconds and minor thirds, or Deck the Old Man. That's enough of the game, which means it's time for mailbag.
If you'd like to win an extra 750 points by being the mailbag winner, just fill out the survey at the end of the lesson or send us a message anytime during the week using the contact button at the top of the page.
And this week it's from Call, who says, Dear Jamin, what is an inversion? So an inversion is just when we get to like the level 4 and 4B stuff, or the level 5 stuff. We end up playing more than one note at a time. And Kendra, if you would throw up the keys for me, then I want to show them this. So we'll play like a chord like this one right here. Maybe this is called an F chord. So an inversion is just where you play the same exact letters, where you play an F and an A and a C, but you don't play it in the order where the name of the chord is at the bottom. So this one, well, let's go to a G chord. That might be a better example since we have the letters on here too. Thanks. So this is a G chord. It's G and B and D, and G is at the bottom. But we could play a G and a B and a D where it's not G and B and D, but it's G and B and D. Now we're still playing a G and a B and a D, so it's still a G chord, but G is not the lowest note. And that's the kind of stuff you learn in Clopple Academy. I think inversions come in level 3 or 4. So that's what an inversion is. It has to do with playing chords. If you're not playing chords yet, then you can just ignore all the stuff that I ever say about inversions and stuff like that, because you're just playing one note at a time. Or if you're on level 3, you're playing 2 notes at a time. But that's really more than most people need to take on right now. Most people just need to focus on the one note at a time thing like we do on level 1 and level 2, and anything else would really be secret information.
Secret information.
And this week's secret information, if you are a Music Lessons in a Box subscriber, you already got your folder for the week. So you already know that this month's music profile says that the first thing is that when both hands sound equally melodic, it's called counterpoint. Again, most people don't need to know that, which is why it's kind of a secret. It's called counterpoint. Now, we're going to run into this when we get to level 4. So most people aren't even going to know this. But when we get up to level 4, usually when you see this kind of stuff, where especially if you've got like eighth notes in the left hand, if you just played the left hand by itself on this song, it would pretty much sound like its own song. It wouldn't sound like Peter Pumpkin Eater, but it would sound like its own song. Like, oh, that's a pretty melody. I don't know what song that is. When you have that and it's playing at the same time as another melody that is its own song, then that's called counterpoint, where it's like two melodies are both playing at the same time. You can't quite tell which one is the real melody. So that's what counterpoint is. The second piece of secret information is that a 5-1, this is level 5 stuff. This is super secret. A 5-1 is the most compelling ending because it's called an authentic cadence. So a cadence is just when we have a couple chords in a row that sound like they want to end the song or something. So that's what a cadence is. And the authentic cadence is one that goes from a 5 chord to a 1 chord. Now, we're almost always in the give of C. So I can just show you this. Whenever you go from a G to a C at the end of the song, that's going to feel like a really powerful ending, a really great ending. Now, if you're on level 5, that's why this is super top secret stuff. A 5 chord to a 1 chord. Anytime you see that, that's called an authentic cadence. So that just means that when we get to the end, I don't even have to play the song. I can just look at that thing and see a 5 to a 1. No, that's an authentic cadence. When we get to that 1, it's going to feel really powerful. Like this is definitely the end of the song. So it's going to be really satisfying. 5 to 1 is called an authentic cadence. And then 2 melodies that are played at the same time is called counterpoint. Those are your secrets for the day, except for who won the raffle. Maybe it's you. Way to go. Let us know what prize it is that you want. And level 1 people, just hang on. You're going to get some more practice time as we go on to level 2. Let's go there now.
Transitioning to level 2. This may be confusing to level 1 students, so please continue to practice the level 1 version or visit learnpianolive.com/level 2 for a detailed explanation on how to level up.
So sadly, the lesson preview has come to an end, and it's time to say goodbye to everyone watching the free streams. Of course, paying subscribers at learnpianolive.com can continue watching this lesson and several hundred others like it in the archives. So come on over and check us out. And if you like what you saw, at least like and subscribe, and then tell your friends to head on over to learnpianolive.com to start enjoying this journey with us.